It's the middle of the night and you're suddenly awake. Your child's forehead is warm, their cheeks are flushed, and your gut tells you what the thermometer soon confirms. They have a fever. In that moment, it's completely natural to feel a wave of worry. Most parents instinctively reach for fever-reducing medicines, hoping to bring that number down fast. But what if we've been looking at fevers the wrong way? What if a fever isn't something to fear, but really just something to understand? Now, the truth is that elevated temperature is often a sign that your child's brain and their nervous system are doing exactly what they were designed to do. A fever is a highly coordinated, intelligent response to infection, activating the immune system, fighting off invaders, and helping the body to heal. In fact, research shows that using fever-reducing medicines too soon can sometimes prolong illness and interfere with the body's natural recovery process. So today, we're going to reframe the way you see fevers. We're going to give you the knowledge and the confidence to support your child's body as it heals, instead of rushing to shut things down. Because here's the reality. Parents often feel really torn. On one side, you have the traditional medical approach that encourages the immediate use of medicines and antibiotics. On the other, you have your own common sense and parental instinct that says, well, maybe this is a normal, even healthy part of being a kid. And that instinct, it's more accurate than you might think. The way we handle fevers can have a major impact on our child's long-term health. Suppressing every symptom might provide short-term relief, but it can also interfere with the development of a strong, resilient immune system. So let's dive into what fevers really are, why they matter, and how you can confidently support your child's immune system safely, naturally, and also with a better understanding of what's truly going on inside their body. Fevers are responsible for 1/3 of all pediatric visits in the United States. So that's millions of parents every year rushing to the doctor out of fear. And in most cases, that trip probably wasn't even necessary. In fact, a national survey found that 1 in 3 parents gave their child fever-reducing medications for a temperature under 100.4 degrees. Which isn't even considered a fever by medical standards. This tells us something really important. There's a massive misunderstanding around what a fever actually is and what it means. So somewhere along the line, we've been conditioned to believe that any rise in temperature is dangerous. But the reality is that a moderate fever is often a healthy, productive part of the neuroimmune response, one that helps the body fight off illness more effectively when we support it in the right way. Now, the problem isn't the fever itself. The problem is how we've been taught to react to it. A fever isn't just a number on a thermometer. It's an incredibly intelligent response designed and coordinated by your child's brain and their nervous system. More specifically, it's the hypothalamus. So this is a part of the brain that acts like your body's thermostat, that gets the signal to turn up the heat. When your child's neuroimmune system detects an invader like a virus or bacteria, it releases chemical messengers called pyrogens. So these pyrogens then tell the hypothalamus, hey, we've got a problem here. It's time to raise the temperature. And just like that, your child's internal temperature begins to rise. Not in a chaotic or a dangerous way like with heat stroke, but in a controlled, purposeful way. From a neurological standpoint, a fever is actually a sign that your child's body is working exactly the way it should. Their nervous system is communicating clearly, it's coordinating the immune system, and leading the charge toward healing. Most of us were taught that fevers are something to fear or to fight. But the truth is, that's one of the most powerful tools that the body has to defend itself. Many bacteria and viruses thrive at the body's normal temperature. So when your child's temperature rises, it makes the environment less hospitable for those bugs, slowing their growth and limiting their spread. That elevated temperature also supercharges your child's immune system. So it boosts the production and the mobility of white blood cells, especially ones called neutrophils, which are the frontline soldiers in fighting off infection. So while it might look like your child is just lying there feeling crummy, their body is actually waging a smart, strategic battle, and a fever is a big part of that fight. Now, not all fevers function the same, and some children struggle to mount a strong neuroimmune response when they need it. Others may experience frequent or excessive fevers that seem out of sync with what's going on in their body. Now, these patterns can be signs that something deeper is going on in the neuroimmune system, specifically nervous system dysregulation. And more often than not, that dysregulation didn't start yesterday. So early life stressors like prenatal stress, birth interventions like induction, forceps, vacuum extraction, and C-section, or repeated use of antibiotics in infancy, those can all interfere with proper neurological development. And when that foundation gets disrupted, it can throw off the body's ability to mount, regulate, and resolve fevers in a healthy way. So if your child's fever response seems off, either way too strong, too weak, or inconsistent, it's worth looking deeper at what's happening in their nervous system. Now let's be clear. While fevers are a natural part of the healing process, there are times when they need a closer look. If your baby is under 3 months old and has any fever at all, you'll want to call your provider right away. For babies 3 to 6 months, a fever over 102.2 should be evaluated. And for older children, if a fever stays that high for more than 48 hours or comes with symptoms like trouble breathing, extreme sluggishness, severe headache with neck stiffness, dehydration, or a rash that doesn't fade under pressure, those are all signs it's time to get checked. Getting medical help when needed doesn't cancel out the benefits of a fever. It just means you're paying attention and making sure the body is still on the right track. The goal isn't to suppress the fever, it's to support your child's body when it does its job. That starts with hydration. Offer room temperature water, electrolyte drinks without artificial colors, herbal teas for older kids, or homemade popsicles if they can tolerate them. Create a cozy, calm environment with light clothing, a comfortable room temperature, and rest. If your child is uncomfortable, a lukewarm sponge bath can help without triggering chills that actually raise the core temperature even more. But skip the cold baths and the icy drinks. They often do more harm than good. And if this one is key, make sure your child's nervous system is functioning well. Get them checked for subluxations or signs of nervous system imbalance. A gentle adjustment can help improve the communication between the brain and the immune system, making the fever response more efficient and the recovery smoother. When the nervous system is in balance, the immune system works better as well. And that's really what it's all about, supporting the body's natural design instead of getting in its way. So here's the big shift. When we understand fevers through a natural and neurological lens, everything starts to change. Instead of seeing them as something to fear, we start to see them as what they truly are. They're a sign that your child's brain and their immune system are communicating well and doing exactly what they were designed to do. And when we choose to support the process rather than suppress it, we help our kids build stronger, more adaptable immune systems that can handle future challenges with confidence. At E320 Chiropractic, this is exactly how we approach fevers. We work with the body, not against it. That means checking for and gently correcting any nervous system interference that may be throwing things off. Offering guidance for natural at-home support and walking you through those tough moments so you don't have to second guess over every decision. Are there times when medications or medical interventions are needed? Of course, but our goal is to help you feel empowered to use those options as a backup, not as the first step. So the next time your child runs a fever, try not to panic. Take a deep breath. Their body is doing something incredible. Create the perfect internal environment to eliminate the bug and build lasting immune strength. By getting them checked and adjusted, keeping them hydrated and rested, and leaning into natural support strategies, you're not just helping them get through this illness, you're helping them come out the other side stronger, more regulated, and more resilient. If your child is getting sick often, or if you feel like their immune system just isn't bouncing back the way it should, click the link in our bio to learn more. We'd love to connect and see how we can support your family through it naturally, confidently, and with real answers.